Hi there. Okay, so let's start with this plain blank sheet. This is take two, so hopefully I get it right this time. Okay, so let's pretend this is where you currently are. Um, what's it? May 2014. Okay, so let's then go to your goal, which is where you'd like to be, your end goal. This is your dream on whatever you want to achieve in life. And I truly believe that if anyone wants to achieve something in life, no matter how big it is, in fact, the bigger the better, they can achieve it and they will achieve it if they are disciplined, consistent on their daily rituals, and determined to carry out, i.e., being able to respond to being from here, stepping up all the way through to here. So that's the idea. Now, if I make steps to this, what you're going to have is steps like this. Now, if you notice, what I've done and what I am doing is making the distance between that longer, so bigger steps, and I'm making the time length from here to here shorter, because I truly believe as you succeed, you will basically be so used to these tasks and these platforms that you're taking out that eventually you'll be achieving a result, because you'll be becoming the person who you are. So let's put a little happy face up there. That's yay. That's you achieved it. You've got to really picture yourself there, that you've sort of achieved your goal. So focus on this. Successful people, what they do in life is they focus on the result all the time, the end result. Now that's what you want to focus on. Everything else, all these steps here, are just daily rituals and are process to appreciate the result. However, there are a few things. I mean, make sure you're always having fun when you're doing this, because without fun, it's not really worth it, because you've got to enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Okay. Now, if I was to look at this at a high length here, and I'm holding the phone here, so I'm not sure if you can actually see this, but if you look at this, it's like a sine wave, and it will go up, 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 and it will go like that. So if you think about it, what happens here is you are dependent. So this area here is dependency. See, okay, and then what happens here is you become independent. Let's see. So you rely on yourself more, confidence grows, and what have you. And this section where the boost is actually it's actually interdependency, where you know where you're at, you're relying on others as well as the others are relying on you. You formed almost your mastermind groups. Get my thing out. Groups. These mastermind groups are very, very effective. You have weekly calls where basically other people are locked onto you. Now you can do it online, where they could be anywhere in the world, and you can basically then that's supposed to be a keyboard, by the way. You can basically then speak to other people like yourself, and they can advise you on what they did, and you can advise them on how they can achieve their results. Because we, let's face it, we are best working when we basically advise others. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now, what I'd also like to do is put a calendar year here, like 2014, 2016, sorry, 2014, 2016, 2020, and this probably end result will be estimated 2025. So, you know, don't forget here, I've given you 11 years. Say, so if you even miss out 2014 just in planning and preparation, because that's where the key areas that you need to have are, then you can just start off with 2015. So basically you've got 10 years. This is a 10-year plan. So it's not you know, a get rich quick scheme or anything like that, because there's a few things you need to do. Now if I can use this space here, you've got to look at areas where if I do a pyramid, you have various levels that you want to achieve, and this is called logical levels. Sorry if I've not faced the phone there earlier. And basically how it goes is this is supposed to be environment, environment, okay, and then comes behavior, sorry about my writing, and then comes capabilities, yes, and then comes capabilities, actually values, and it goes all the way up the top to identity, values and beliefs. And there is something there, it will come back to me, I've forgotten what it is now right now, but basically there is something there, and then comes identity. In fact, let me just quickly pause this. Yes, this is the reason why I couldn't remember it, is because I made this specific one up, because I like to put purpose in there, because purpose is where your identity sort of comes from. A lot of people just put identity there, but I believe there is something more than identity that sort of needs to come in there, and then comes identity, or you know, self-fulfilling. So that's your pyramid. So basically, what happens here is at each step of the way, you're going here. Although you're fulfilling small goals, you're also going through this bit, changing your environment. As a result, changing your behavior. As a result, increasing your skills. Therefore, knowledge. I mean, this knowledge bit goes all the way up to there. Basically, you're increasing all these things, so then your capabilities change. Your capabilities are more, and as a result of your capabilities changing, your values and your beliefs, mainly your beliefs, change. Because I just realised I was running light there. Because your beliefs are what stops us. Limiting beliefs and what have you. Them things change. They become unlimited, and your values therefore go up. Because you associate with different people. This is environment is also association with the right people. Okay, so your network grows and what have you. So your purpose then goes into here. And what you need to do in order for you to start is, firstly, I mean that's the reason why I've got purpose there. Is firstly make sure you have an idea of what your purpose actually is in life. So basically my purpose is to help other people in fitness, for example. So then you would basically go on and put that as your main purpose, and your unique selling USP, unique selling purpose, I think. unique selling point, excuse me. Unique selling point goes here as well. So with the purpose, once you've realized your purpose, that's one. And then two, your unique selling point goes, this is your mission. And from there, your mission statement comes in. So basically then you have all that, and that's your life's mission statement. So then you're armed with something. So what you need to do is change from there to there, which you've already got this here. Once you've aligned yourself here, then all these automatically change. So believe me when I tell you that, as this is how I cannot emphasize any more how important the idea of knowing your purpose is. Therefore, getting your unique selling point out and having your mission statement ready. And these things do change, more so, not this so much, but these things do change as you develop, because your capabilities change, your values and beliefs change, and everything else changes. So you'll be refining this maybe, but you'll be changing these as well. Okay, so that's that bit. Now let's go on to this. So for example, how I did on my previous one is you may want to increase your network. So you got to do this in the beginning, just do it step at a time. Increase your network. Now that's massive, that's absolutely huge. So what we're going to use here is, to increase your network, we're going to use the golden circle. So here, what the golden circle is, a why. It's by Simon Sinek, by the way, and the how, and the what. Since I heard about this, or since I read about this in Simon Sinek's book, Start With Why, I just loved it. It's absolutely amazing, and everything fell into place for me. Everything goes out from your why to how to what. Okay, here. So basically, let me give you an example of Apple. Apple always start with their why. Google always start with their why. Who else is it? Anyone that's sort of going. For example, Virgin start with their why, their customer service. That's going back to their purpose, their unique selling point, their mission statement. That's their why here. Okay, it goes on to this. But you can also use this for our network here. So basically, what we've done is, so for example, network would be your why, and then you go into, okay, how. How would be meetings, set up meetings. So therefore, what would I use to set up my meetings? Okay, you can go for online membership with online membership with different societies, different people, what have you. You can also keep contacts from past. Keep contacts from past who are, who are also trying to reach that goal, or who are very much aligned with your goal. Okay, your end result. So you want to make sure you've got keep their contacts as well. So if we were to have a dotted line around here and around here, you can see where the golden circle sort of comes in. So another thing would be how would be end functions, events. What by functions I mean, charity functions or charity events. Okay. And the second thing would be you can also go to seminars, charities, balls, etc. So all these, birds of a feather flock together. So you want to make sure you flock in the right, the right neighbourhood, really, to be honest. So that's how it goes. So if we were to get this here, then what we would do is basically look at meetup groups, online. That's what we did there. Further up, contacts. That's what we did here. Okay, so contacts, you've got contacts there, and then functions, events, and you know, you could just basically spiral the way, grow. And then there's another thing as well. You have like social media, and then you know how is by social media. And what would you use for social media is Facebook. Then you blog, your web, and then you have another thing. How would be physical ads. So that's flyers. Physical ads should be in brackets actually. Flyers, cards, your business cards of people you meet. So make sure you have your cards there. What else was it? 10 seminars, blah blah blah. Okay, so I think we've got it all here. So that's just one step. Don't forget, this is why I'm giving you this 2015 sort of out, because what you're doing is changing your association, changing your environment. You're going to start from here, and then as your behavior changes, then you'll be going to another step further. So another step further would be probably publish your book. Now this should have your purpose, your USP, your mission statement should shine through, and your compassion and your care should shine through. Of you know, everything should come through, like passion, knowledge, experience. You know, all these things should all come through of your work. And from this, you know, if I was to draw a book here, from this you'll get to know, you know, other people in the industry, because they will hire you to train them, you know, their team. People will read your book, and don't forget, it's another resource here. So a book's a great way of telling people that you're an expert in your field, because people who study book, don't forget, they put in at least 10,000 hours worth of research, worth of work, worth of stuff that they put in, and if they don't, it will show in the book. So you have to put in the amount of time and effort and energy in there to basically make yourself understand your subject area, clarify these three things, and basically focus on exactly what you're passionate about, focus on what your knowledge is, and if your knowledge is incomplete, you'll go out and research. Therefore, this will be your capabilities growing. Growth of your, don't forget, your capabilities is here. So you're changing this already, and then as you change all this, your values and beliefs will change as a result. So then you're more in alignment with your purpose here, and this is also purpose related, because what you're doing is choosing your friends, choosing your network, where you're going to go. So basically that's that, and then as you grow ahead, you're becoming, don't forget, your book's released, now you're becoming independent. So this is all your independency. You'll become a trainer in industry. This naturally happens. So you'll be PowerPoint slide presentations, and as you go it's supposed to be a presentation. As you go and do your presentations, you'll be basically more and more recognized. And as you become more recognized, your network's growing anyway. So then you're looking at mastermind groups. You're looking towards opening various mastermind groups, looking at interdependency. And chances are, more often than not, you'll either make a new book or another addition to your previous book. And basically, this will be your level of experience and success and everything multiplied within this book. This will be your probably a great release. And as you can see, you're getting closer and closer to your goal. So you become more independent. You'll get to know where you're actually going, and excuse me, you become more interdependent, and you'll get to know where you're actually going, and you're refining yourself each time. And by this time, you will, and this is very important, become the person. Now, what I mean by become the person, I actually mean you have to actually become the person to attract this. So here, you've just looking towards externally in, looking externally inside. Well, up here, you're looking internally outside. So you are looking at becoming internally focused. And this is probably happening anyway throughout the time, but here is like a realization, self-realization, excuse me, the self-realization moment. So here you basically get to know exactly what your plan of action is and how you're going to make it to your goal. And you are not that far. By 5 years after this, you'll be there. You'll be there. You have to be okay, so here you have to be consistent, daily rituals, and daily rituals are just like you're brushing your teeth. Every day you do these things like write in your journal how you've progressed and how you've gone and what have you. If it's exercise, then you obviously exercise. And now what I mean to say here is that fact that if you feel, and you will feel bad, like, oh, I have to do this, that and the other again today, you know, the best way to see, okay, that's interesting, now what needs to be done, you know, sometimes I mean, I don't know if you've ever had a bit of a drag to have a shower, and that's part of your daily ritual. You think, oh, I can't bother to have a shower today, but then you think, okay, that's interesting, let me just go in and I'll feel better, and you do feel better of it. I can't bother to go to the gym today, and then once you go, you feel great afterwards. So you have to be consistent with your daily rituals. Best way to see it is as a dissociated person. So if you're thinking, oh, I feel like doing this today, just say, oh, well, that's interesting, now what needs to be done? It's an old Brian Tracy little thing. So always say, oh, that's interesting, now what needs to be done? And you just go on. It's almost like you're refocusing yourself. So you have to be consistent. Very, very important. You've got to celebrate success. Celebrate each step of the way. Each step that you do something, and don't forget here, you haven't just got one big step. It's going to be small steps. In order for you to hope that you sort of get that, but basically it's small steps, and I didn't want to write over the network towards this. So you break each down, you chunk down, as they call it. You're chunking down. So that's chunk down. This whole bigger picture is your chunk up. So if you remember chunk up, chunk down, it's almost like going like this. Okay, so that's chunk up. You've seen the whole picture, and chunk down is you going right down to the nitty-gritty, exactly what needs to be done. Okay, so see it like that. So that's success, and that's that. Secondly, success. Celebrate successes. I think we're done. That's as far as I want to go. I mean, there's a whole load more, but I don't want to confuse you. This is one video, and it's already going well over the time. So hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to note any comments. Speak to you later. Goodbye.